So, first and foremost, peace and blessings to everybody. If you can see my face, I'm very tired. Well, I'm not tired. I just woke up. But I had it on my mind to kind of put it out there. Well, not put it out there, but to kind of document this expression that's come from me on today's topic. And I think a lot of us have to come to the realization, and this is, well, I shouldn't say a lot of us, but I'm going to talk about me and for me. I want to stop talking for everybody else. So basically I want to say is, I'm not as Christian as I want to be. I know a lot of people like to use the title and become like courageously pious about the entirety of their lives. But if we really look at the laws and commandments and what the sins really are, a lot of us, and I know some people who don't understand what the sins are, they misconstrue them with the laws of Moses that he documented after he received the stone tablets. But I just feel like I'm not as Christian as I'm not the type of Christian that I would want to be. I'm not as Christian as I feel people may think I let off. I'm just not. And in a large capacity, I feel that in itself is a hindrance to myself, because I'm always consistently thinking about my damnation. And because I don't want to say just my damnation, because that's hell and brimstone. And God doesn't operate out of fear, out of love. It's kind of like a child asking, am I doing this right? Or if I did something I know I did wrong, I know the punishment for it. So it's kind of like my son doesn't want to do his homework, so he can both fail, which leads on to an even longer punishment. First, because he didn't do his homework the first time, and then secondly, him failing, which is a punishment in itself. And then there's another punishment afterwards, which comes in time, because if he continues the same behaviors, he completely is dismissed from school. And then that dismissal hurts everybody around you, because now his parents have to adjust their schedules to meet the necessities of his education. So it's kind of the same thing, where my thought process is literally, am I doing this right? And I don't want to get on punishment, which I know the punishment is going to come. But I don't want to just make my pops upset for no reason. Which leads me to remind myself, I'm not as Christian as I would like to be. And I think that's where the point of grace comes in, because we have that fear in our hearts of disappointing our Father. And it's not necessarily, we know the consequences, but it's not necessarily the consequences that we're really upset with ourselves for. It's more the disappointing of our Father. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of preachers do still preach hell and brimstone, but I feel in my heart, and from reading my Bible, which I need to do more often, but from what I've read and what I've been taught from Bible reading people, God is a father. And as a father, I don't want my children, I don't want to put my children on punishment. I don't want to see them on punishment. But I also can't allow them to continue to just wreak havoc. You know what I mean? Can't allow them to tear up their room just because they want to tear up their room. It has to be a consequence to you tearing up your room. And the more I understand as a father, and I'm trying not to be pious because right now I am as lowly as I'm lowly right now. And I just feel like I reek of sin. The more I just look back, and when I do those those things that I know I've been fighting and I know are wrong, I literally will just feel dirty. I felt so clean, but then when you slip back and you do something, you just feel so dirty. And then and now in my new mind, I'm seeing how it is not affecting just me. So when we sin, we're not loving our neighbor because it doesn't just affect us. The sin doesn't just affect us, it affects everybody and everything. So we have to change and stay changed, because that's the only way we can ever see God's glory. You can't see God's glory if you haven't completely changed. Man, I feel really lowly right now. I feel the lowest of lows. Not even humble, just knowing that there are things that I have done that I've slipped back into doing, even just for a millisecond or a second or just for a moment. And I feel so dirty because I know. And it's not just an apology prayer that's going to save me from that. It's changing and being a new creature. That's all I got to say, folks. Peace and blessings. To God be the glory. I pray for your safe travels. God would be with you always. Peace.